I'm Nick Nimmin, and in this video, we're gonna talk about lighting. I'm gonna take you through some very inexpensive DIY options, and then we're gonna upgrade from there. But before we do that, something that is very important to know when it comes to light is that lights have a certain color. And because of that, it's important to make sure that when you're lighting yourself for your live streams, that your light bulbs that you're using or the LEDs that you're using, that they're projecting the same color onto you. For this, you can use the Kelvin scale to keep track, and for reference, the lower you go on the Kelvin scale, the more warm in color your light will get. If you go higher, the more cool or crisp the light becomes. The technical term for this is color temperature. Around 2000 for the color temperature is more yellow or orangish, and if you go higher around 6500, then you start getting more whiter light. For reference, the video that you're watching right now, these lights that I'm using, these are 6500 on the Kelvin scale, which means that they're closer to daylight. But if I wanted to make everything a little bit more cozy and make some adjustments in my camera, then what I could do is I could change these to a little bit more of a yellower light to just kind of warm everything up a little bit. And in most cases, if you're live streaming in a studio environment, or let's say in your office, then you'll want to make sure that your lights are something similar. The reason that I wanted to bring up color temperature and the color of light before we actually got into the lights themselves is because a lot of people will have things set up in their office to where they have, like soft boxes hitting them or something like that. And when they do that, maybe they'll have a 6500 temperature bulb inside of those soft boxes, but the rest of the lights in the room are a little bit lower on the Kelvin scale, which is projecting a yellow color. And that can really mess up the automatic white balance in a lot of webcams. That can mess up the automatic white balance inside of cameras to where you're not getting real accurate color that you want. And keep in mind, for artistic effect, of course, you can have a white color light hitting you here, and technically you could have a blue colored light coming from this side, or a little bit of a yellow color coming from this side, or a little bit warmer on the scale coming from this side, and then a little bit lighter on the scale coming from this side. But you need to really experiment to make sure that it looks good before you actually hit the go button for going live. Now, when it comes to light in the actual setup of your lights, there's something called 3-point lighting, and that's basically where you put two lights at a 45-degree angle from you, and then you have a light that's behind you that is either projecting light on your head as a hair light, or it's actually shining onto your shoulders to help separate you from the background. That's actually what I'm using right now for this video, but instead of having a backlight that's hitting my shoulders or my head, I'm actually using this blue light back here as the separation from the background. I know that some of this information might be a little bit intimidating in terms of, the different colors of light and, how do I get all this stuff right? But I want you to know that once you do start experimenting with it, it can actually get kind of fun seeing the humongous difference that lights can make. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you what room light looks like in this exact situation. This is what the room looks like in its natural state. So you can see the humongous difference when you take a little bit of time and you get your lighting right. All right, this looks so much better, doesn't it? Okay, so the very first light on this list that I recommend, if you are trying to light yourself on a budget and you're just trying to keep your costs low, one really good option is a work light from Home Depot or another type of hardware store. They're extremely low priced. When I was back in America last time, I went and stayed with my mom, and when I was with my mom, I needed to do a live stream. So I went to Home Depot and I got 4 work lights, and I got 4 daylight balanced bulbs that I put inside of the work lights, and then bam, I had an instant live studio for, I think it was around $50 US. Next up on this list is the can light upgrade. Pretty much it's the same exact concept as the work lights. The only difference is it's a more professional model to where you have switches on the back and you can put them on stands and things like that. It looks a little bit better if you're gonna have them sitting around your office. The can lights are actually what I'm using in this setting right now. I have one here bouncing off the wall to diffuse the light. I have another one that is right here that also has a cover on it that's diffusing the light. And then the blue lights back here, these are also coming from can lights as well. The next one up on the list that can be a really great solution for you, if you don't want to have a bunch of stuff laying around and you're not wearing glasses, a ring light is a fantastic solution. The cool thing about ring lights, in my opinion, is like I just mentioned about, just being able to have the one stand with your light on it that you can just put in a corner so it doesn't take up a lot of space, whereas a setup like this takes up a lot of space, and using soft boxes also takes up a lot of space. But with a ring light, you can just have that, move it wherever it is that you're going to be shooting from, and then you can put your camera in the middle of that, and then it gives you a nice even light around your face. And another really cool thing about ring lights is you don't have to use it just in front of you as the ring light. So if you needed a light just off to the side projecting onto you to where you can create kind of a mood, then you can also use the ring light for that as well. Next on the list is the Aperture Amaran HR672C bicolor LED floodlight. This is that light, and I have to tell you that this thing is awesome. One of the main things that makes this really awesome is you can plug it in, or it also runs off of battery power. So let's say that you are out and about. You're not in your studio, you're out and about, you have a LiveU product and you're streaming from somewhere that you just need some extra light. This is a lifesaver. In addition to being battery powered, you can also turn the intensity up and down. You can change the light temperature, which is fantastic to really dialing in your color and really dialing in the look of your scene. And it even comes with a remote so you can fine tune it from a distance. Next on the list is the Aputure Amaran Tri-8C bicolor LED light. Now this one goes for around $500 US, so if you ended up getting two, then you'd be putting out about $1,000. But even though it's heavier and a lot more difficult to lug around, it comes with diffusion, and the light that it projects is insane. This one also has the option to run off of plug power or to run off of batteries, so you can take it with you anywhere that you go. Of course, the model that we mentioned previously is a lot more lightweight and easy to travel with. However, if you're doing high-end streams and you need something that's extremely dependable and it's rock solid and rugged, this is a great choice for you. This one also comes with a remote control, so you can turn it on and off and of course change the color temperature from a distance. But overall, it is a fantastic light. Even this, which is a AL-H198C, this little thing packs a serious punch when it comes to portable lighting. And in a lot of cases, if you just need an extra fill light, then this thing can really work wonders for you. And of course, another one that I have to add to this list is the sun. The sun is a fantastic source of light. And a lot of people think, you know, hey, I have to go out and I have to get all this expensive equipment in order to make my scene look good. But in reality, if you are close to a window, you might just have to open the window a little bit to let some of that sunlight in, and that in a lot of cases can really make you look fantastic. If you have any questions about light or any of the information that I shared in this video, don't hesitate to reach out in our private Facebook group. There'll be a link to that below this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.